Well, hello friends, Mary Allen here with another rapid reset video for you. Simple strategies for finding inner peace in any moment. And we are on strategy number 9 today, which is all about the power of stopping and dropping. The power of the 7-minute meditation. So, on a previous video, you may have remembered me saying that I am not a regular meditator, which you may find a little crazy given the fact that inner peace and meditation really go hand in hand, and maybe you would even expect a teacher of inner peace to definitely be a meditator. Well, I'm almost embarrassed to tell you that, but the truth is I'm not a regular meditator. However, it's not that I don't know the power of meditation, and I have definitely had periods of time in my life in the past 20 plus years where it has been regular. So early on, I really made it a must in those early days. Just different periods of time. I really took meditation on as a must. I've done 5-day silent meditation retreats. I know the power of dropping in meditation. And the reality is the more that you practice and do that, the quicker and easier it is. And I think part of the reason why I don't meditate is because I get the result of meditation in other ways, like through yoga. I get kind of the active meditation. But there are definitely times where it's like we need to stop and drop. If I'm feeling particularly exhausted, or maybe it has been a stressful day, or I just really want to get present to show up. I was coaching soccer for my son in the fall, and I would find myself at the end of the day needing to make that transition. I would go and consciously take, sometimes just a 7-minute time out, close my eyes, rest, just like do that meditation. More recently, my kids kind of happened into this notion of the 7-minute meditation early on in the COVID-19 stay-at-home days. They were building tents, and maybe not so surprising that this 8-bedroom tent in our bonus room had 3 inner peace rooms for meditation, and they said specifically for 7-minute meditations. And what became super fun for our family, especially in those earlier weeks of COVID and staying at home when things were even more stressful than, as we've maybe gotten used to these, this is the new normal. My kids would then say, Mom, we need to meditate. So we would go as a family into this very creatively constructed tent, set the timer for 7 minutes, and we would do this family meditation. And wow, just the power of stopping and dropping, both dropping to the ground, but also dropping in to the place of awareness, that place of consciousness. Super, super powerful. I remember after going to Adyashanti's 5-day silent meditation retreat, where just, the more you meditate, the more connected to that place of inner peace, that conscious awareness that, it just stays with you. And I remember having a day, maybe, 3 or 4 days into it, I had a really full coaching day, just back to back from 8 a.m. until almost 6 p.m. So many coaching sessions, supporting so many people, so fulfilling. I love what I do. And at the end of the day, my husband and I were going to go out to dinner, and it's like, I could just feel like a lot of energy that needed to be released, and just feeling a little bit more tense from such a full day. And like, just give me a few minutes. And I stopped and dropped, like got down on the meditation cushion, fell back into that meditative place of ideally no thought. That's not always what happens, but dropping in, and literally that, 7 minutes, 10 minutes later, reset, right? Just, letting it all melt away, falling back into consciousness, back into that place of awareness. And it doesn't have to take that long. Even the power of even 7 minutes, and I say 7 minutes partly because my kids coined the term and I think it's cute, but also because it's super doable, right? Even 7-year-olds can do a 7-minute meditation. And you can do a 7-minute meditation. And yes, if you haven't done a lot of meditating, you might find it really challenging at first. I want to just offer a couple little quick tips to help you kind of reinvigorate that meditation practice or start it. You can just to focus on your breath can be really great, like giving your mind a place to focus, super helpful. It can be, even just having something to focus on. So maybe you're looking at a candle, or if you have the opportunity to meditate outside, like meditating on a flower, just getting super present to one thing kind of helps slow the mind down. Sometimes having a mantra, or a phrase, all is well, I am calm, there is love present. Like, it could be whatever you feel called to speak to, and just kind of repeating that phrase over and over again. And I think the biggest tip is one I learned from a book called The 3-Minute Meditator. And that little tip was, how do you like that? Taking a 7-minute meditation down to even 3 minutes, right? Super doable. But he uses this analogy of paper training a puppy, right? So if any of you have ever had a puppy, we've somehow got to get them to learn to potty outside, not inside. And often you start with paper training them. And so you've got maybe the piece of paper in your kitchen, you put the puppy in the center of that paper, and invariably what happens? The puppy wanders off. And what do? You don't pick up the puppy, slam him against the wall and say, bad puppy. What you do in those early days is you gently pick up the puppy. He hasn't peed anywhere. He just wandered off. You just pick him up, you put him back in the center of the paper. And he wanders off again. You pick him up, put him back on the center, right? And this is what I want to invite you to do, especially if you're newer to meditation, to be gentle with yourself. It's like, oh, I just caught myself doing my to-do list again. We've all done it, all been there. Okay, set that aside, and then just come back to center. I heard another good one was to imagine like warm, slow liquid just kind of washing whatever thoughts away. So lots of ways to kind of be with the thoughts that arise. But the most important thing is to just have compassion for yourself, self-love, give it a try. I guarantee the more you do it, the easier it is. And then, when you really do need that power reset, you really can just stop and drop. You fall back into consciousness. You take those breaths, you allow the nervous system to resettle, and then you're off to whatever you need to do next. Okay, so that's our tip for today. If this was helpful in any way, I would love to hear your comments and thoughts. Please forward to somebody that you think may benefit from this video. If you haven't already joined us, find our group on Facebook, Inner Peace on Purpose. And until the next time, here's to your inner peace. Bye for now.